Welcome back to Raina Teachings and Ask Raina, where together Raina and I help you to heal, grow, and expand your consciousness. If you are new here, if you can like and subscribe, that helps us tremendously to continue to make videos for you. And if you are returning, welcome back. The subject today is going to be on bad spirits. Are there actually bad spirits, and are hauntings real? These two things. So I am going to head off into trance so that Raina can answer this question for you. Greetings, large physical angels. We are Raina. We have been posed this question: are there bad spirits? What are hauntings, so to speak? We have quite an answer for this. Hauntings are many things, most likely not what you think they are. For instance, we will begin with the why this happens. Hauntings with homes are similar to the hauntings that happen with people. They really are no different. The people in the house attract the spirits that are there, just like the people attract the spirits to themselves. For the purposes of this question, we are going to stick mostly to people. Why does it seem as if there are bad spirits? If you have ever suffered such a thing, you know exactly what it is we are speaking of. And it feels very, very real. It is very real. However, there is a lot of misconceptions as to what is actually happening. The power that you have within yourself to release the negative energy that is bothering you is most important. So first, with seeming spirits, simply deceased beings, are those lower spirits that may not have been nice during their lifetime. Are there these? Yes, of course there is. Just as there are people in life that are not very nice, that choose to do negative things, there are those spirits that chose to live their life in a lower way. Once they transitioned, they either became lost, separated from source, or simply have not healed enough or been willing to see and take responsibility for what it is they created in life. Therefore, they stay very close to the earth or on the earth in the astral realm. They cannot exist in the same time and space that you do. They must use the astral realm. Now, although there is truth to this, it is the living person that attracts such a spirit to them, and we will explain why. You will never just have a bad spirit that comes to you for no reason. This is the part that is most times a misconception. So you will never be haunted just because. Now, if you are staying in a home or a hotel or something that is not your regular house, there may be spirits attached to the building that you are staying in because of an event that occurred there. That is something that can happen. However, you will not see each other if you do not have something within you that needs healing, that they are attracted to. You must be like them in some way for them to even notice you. You see, there are multi-dimensions existing around you on the earth at all times. Technically, there are spirits and people constantly walking around you and through you. However, you are not aware of this, and neither are they. Why? Because you are not vibrating on the same wavelength. You are not on the same channel as they are. So for a spirit, negative or positive, there must be a like energy that you carry within you. Many times when a human is awakening, the many parts of themselves that they are not yet aware of awaken the astral realm, awaken the ability to become aware of what is around them. When this happens, the pain that has not been processed within them, the shadows in that way, other spirits are attracted to and will sometimes come to you in order to help you to grow, whether or not they know it. If they are a negative spirit in that way, they will make you aware that you can, in fact, sense the spirit world. This may be the only purpose at first. But if they have something very specific about them, they are very sad, they are very angry, they have lived through a similar event that you have lived through, they will become attracted to you because you both need to heal the same thing. You both sort of become online in that way. Now, let us go a bit deeper with that. Sometimes that deceased person can also be a past lifetime of yours. It is not always that it is a negative or bad spirit that was not associated with you. As you awaken the many parts of yourself and you come online with your spiritual awakening, you can become aware of those lifetimes you have lived where you did not heal something, and that past lifetime can become aware of you, and therefore comes knocking in the form of what would feel like a haunting. So you are either attracting a spirit of this nature, or they are literally coming from within you. And we would say most times it is the latter. They are coming from within you. Another bad spirit, or maybe conceived of or thought of as a bad spirit, can simply be another mask that your ego is representing. We will bring the ego up a lot with things of this nature. There is a very good reason. Your ego knows that when you are new to your awakening, or you have not studied in depth enough into your spirituality, and you are still susceptible and vulnerable to suggestion, your ego in its negative form can show up with the mask of a haunting. Now, why would a part of your very own self do such a thing? Because the ego wants to protect you. The ego was created in order to protect you. Therefore, it will create a mask that isn't entirely true of itself, appear to be a bad spirit or a haunting, or any number of things that you are afraid of. Why? Because you will most likely stop the process of awakening. This one stops many from continuing their growth path. Many have the story of, well, I was meditating, I was working on my abilities, and then a very bad spirit came and visited me. That was the end of that. I will never open that again. Your ego won. That is all that happened. The ego wants to create sameness for things not to change. This is a wonderful way to stop the human from growing and digging deeper into their pain in order to change and to grow. We will also say most likely many hauntings are simply that and nothing more. Another part of self that can appear to be a haunting is the shadow, specifically the dark shadow. Now why? They are not coming to scare you, but they are coming to give you parts of yourself that you have denied. Parts of yourself that you might have been too afraid to look at. Parts of your life. Traumatic events that you were too afraid to look at. They will bring you these things when you are awakening. And it can seem like a haunting. Thoughts that are haunting, dreams that are haunting. It is your pain, not anyone else's. It is your trauma, not anyone else's. They also sometimes bring you traumatic events that did not occur in your current lifetime. We know that is confusing. We know that is confusing. The shadow is a part of you, but it doesn't understand that you don't yet understand how it all works together. And this sometimes is the thing that wakes you up, that allows you to wake up, to pay attention to what you are being shown. We know that this part of spirituality can be a bit scary. We know that it is uncomfortable. And we know that it can make you want to stop what you are doing. But the one message we want to get across in speaking about this is there is no haunting, there is no bad spirit or evil spirit that is out to get you, that does not live within you. You have the power. You have the power to awaken, to begin meditating, studying, and learning about your spirituality, learning about how and what it means to work deeply through your pain. As you do that, like a miracle, any haunting you have had will begin to disappear. There is one more thing we want to mention. Another type of haunting. Two, in fact. There are entities that you create to hold the emotion that was created during traumatic events. They seem like what you might have heard be called demons. Demons are not whole beings. They are constructed of human emotion due to traumatic events. So if one visits you, it is again only something that is coming from within you. It means you have pushed a memory or an emotion so far outside of your consciousness that it had to create its own being in order to survive. So that is the meaning of demon there. Now the last one is concerning disease. Disease, but this is just disease. Diseases of all kinds also fit into this category. They can hold energy. Most diseases are created out of denied emotion and traumatic events as well. They can become so strong that they create physical ailments. So if you have recently discovered that you have a specific type of disease, and you are also experiencing a haunting, the two things are related together. And in some cases, it will only be a disease of the mental and psychological. That is just as important as one that has become physical. We thought love is sent without constitution, the physical angels.